rolling.
All right, well, this is actually exciting for everyone to have a Pope visit the United States. It doesn't happen all the time, right? Has it been 2008 was the last papal visit?
It was 2008, because I remember going to Benedict,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
So again, it's exciting just for everyone in the United States. Isn't
Sure. It's very exciting because Saint.
Good morning.
Canonized him.
It is very exciting that Pope Francis is coming to the United States because it's his first visit. And he has become a very popular pope in a short period of time. And he's really admired by both Catholics and non-Catholics alike. So I think he's going to receive a very warm reception in the places that he visits in the United States. So it's exciting for all of us.
What do you think contributes to his popularity?
Well, I think it's his style. I think he has a warmth to him. He has in his words and in his actions, he has really been very inclusive and very outreaching to people that perhaps would be overlooked otherwise. He seems to make it a point to search people out who are ill or who have disabilities or who don't feel included in the church, and he speaks to them as well. Those who have either turned away from the church or felt the church has turned away from them, he wants to reach out and say, let's come back, let's talk, and maybe there's things that we can do that can bring some reconciliation to their situation. So.
And very exciting, I'm sure, for yourself and Bishop Boland to be part of this personally.
Yes, Bishop Boland and I are leaving on Tuesday to attend the events in Washington. And there's a number of events. One is the canonization of Saint Uniper Serra and the address to Congress. And I'll be able to be in the building. He'll be in the gallery during the address to Congress. And also to the meeting that he's going to have with bishops in St. Matthew's Cathedral, and also a meeting with the religious that come, men and women religious that come to the Shrine of the Immaculate Conception. So there'll be four events that we'll be attending.
It must be quite an honor to be chosen to participate in something like this.
Well, it's an honor, certainly for us, because obviously we're very closely related to the Pope, given our responsibilities as bishops. But those who have received tickets or those who would just want to be along the motorcade or just to get a glimpse of him, it is an exciting time. Because his visit is very limited, he's only visiting 4 cities, and all 4 of them are on the East Coast. So he's limited his travel, although he went to Cuba before coming here. It is a very exhausting schedule that he follows. I think there's some 18 talks he's going to be giving, and he's 78 years old, so it's quite a hectic schedule that he's keeping. But he's excited about coming to the United States because he's already greeted several groups via teleconference that he wished he could see all of them, but he obviously can't visit every place that would like to welcome him. But there'll be a lot of media coverage, which is a big help, because people will be able to hear and listen to what he has to say and see the reaction of the people that are in the local area to see how they are excited and welcoming him to their cities.
Other than bringing people together and perhaps bringing Catholics back to the church, what do you think will be the message that he's trying to get out of this?
Well, I think he's going to have a number of goals in his talks. He's going to be speaking to the United Nations as a world leader. He's going to be addressing both houses of Congress, which has never happened before in the history of the papacy. And he has recently published 2 major works. One is the Evangelii Gaudium, which is the joy of the gospel, and the other one is his encyclical Praise Be, which is a reflection on the condition of the environment and the global warming conversation, and also to recognize that we're living on a common place. So we're living in a common place. We're sharing a common home, he says. The planet Earth is our home. And so we have an obligation as good neighbors, not only to take care of the things that we're using and enjoying in our natural resources, but we also have to replenish what we've used for the sake of the generations that follow us. So he has a great message, I think, with regard to conservation and ecology, as well as some other views of how we can live better as good neighbors.
Now, you had a personal meeting with this Pope back in about 6-7 months ago?
Yes, in January I was in Rome and I had a chance to speak with Pope Francis, although very, very briefly. But it was a very engaging conversation on his part, because he was very interested in what I had to say. He asked me where I was from, he asked me my name, and the conversation that we had, although very brief, he made you feel as if you were the only person there. And he was so, it was so attentive, and he looked into my eyes, and he asked me to pray for him, and I said, we're all excited about you coming to the United States, and he said, just pray for me, and it was really a very special moment.
It might be difficult to compare, because this will probably be a little bit different. You'll be part of a larger crowd, but knowing that he's coming here with a purpose, are they comparable in any way?
Well, where I was in Rome, it was a general audience, so there were probably 5,000 or 6,000 people.
Right. Okay.
Although I was on the stage with him, and then I was able to speak to him one-on-one. Here, he's speaking to, again, large groups of people, and has specific messages on his trip to the United States, whereas his general audiences, normally they're based on the scriptures of the day or on some other religious theme that he wants to share with the people at the time. But when he comes here as a world leader and comes as the Pope of the Catholic Church in the Christian world, he has, I think, a very specific agenda that he wants to accomplish.
And I guess that is something that you can then bring back and share with everyone in the diocese, just by telling them what the experience was like.
Sure, and we have to remember that his original purpose in coming to the United States was to go to Philadelphia and to be a part of the World Meeting of Families, which is going on there for a full week, and he was coming at the end of it to celebrate the conclusion of it. And the work of the people that are going to Philadelphia from all over the world to talk about issues that affect the family will then be taken to Rome for the October Synod that will complement the synod that occurred a year ago and bring some conclusion to some of the issues that relate to the family and family life. So that'll be very interesting to see that outcome as well. But his primary reason for coming to the United States is to attend that meeting. But then it kind of was expanded for him to also address the United Nations and also go to Washington, of course, as the head of state to visit the president and then to address both houses of Congress.
So I guess what I was asking is, when you come back, you will be able to share the experience somehow with parishioners here in Savannah and everyone throughout the diocese.
Sure, but in today's world,
Right.
everything he says is going to be recorded.
Exactly.
And it's going to be streamed on the internet, it's going to be filmed, it's going to be broadcast live. So the people throughout the world are going to have a real good glimpse of who he is, and to be able to hear his message. Although it'll be in another language, it'll be translated simultaneously, and I think people will really want to listen to what he has to say.
So I understand this is the third Pope you'll be meeting?
This is the fourth Pope that
Fourth Pope.
I've been in the presence of. I was in the presence of Paul VI, John Paul II, Benedict the 16th, and now Pope Francis.
Amazing. Any of the others here in the United States?
No, I met them all in Rome.
So this is the first one that you'll be seeing in the United States, which makes
Yes.
this one unique, I guess.
Yes, absolutely.
Wonderful.
And it'll be great to see the pilgrims from the United States greeting the Pope, because in Europe, it's kind of standard. You're used to seeing the large crowds because they come from all over the world. But here, they're just going to be from the United States for the most part, and it'll be, I think, very interesting to see his reaction to his welcome, since he's never been here before, and also the reaction of the people who will greet him and want to be as close to him as possible. So it's a very exciting time for our country and for us as a as a Catholic population to be able to welcome our spiritual leader and to hear what he has to say.
Absolutely. When do you leave? Tomorrow, is it?
We leave tomorrow morning, and our activities in Washington will begin on Wednesday and continue into Thursday, and then we'll return Thursday night.
Wonderful.
So,
Thanks so much.
Tim, you're welcome.
Appreciate
Very
that.
much. Thank
And have a great experience. I'm sure it's going to be.
It will, because the bishops tend to get preferential seating.
Oh, sure.
So that's one of the privileges that I enjoy, is to be able to, to get that close to him and to be, just to be with other bishops that have come for the same reasons.
That's great. Well, is he saying mass at all in the United States?
Yeah, several times.
He is, okay. Publicly or?
Yeah,
Okay.
he'll be in Madison Square Gardens.
He is doing one of Madison
Yeah.
Square Garden, okay.
And he's doing one in Philadelphia on Benjamin Franklin Parkway. He's doing one at the outside the Shrine of the Immaculate Conception in Washington, when he canonizes Junipero Serra, who is the Franciscan from Spain who brought the faith along the California missions in the 1700s. So yeah, he's going to be a busy man.
Very exciting. I'm sure some of that will be broadcast as well, some of those masses.
Oh, all of it.
Absolutely. We'll have it on our website too.
Okay.
I was going to ask you,
Excellent.
Bishop, if you have your card, it'll be embedded in our website. So
Oh,
if
excellent.
you want to link to that,
I will,
they'll
yeah.
have it like 20, everything he does will be on there.
That's great.
And like the bishop said, it'll be translated, so even though, and I think in the United States, he's going to speak in English quite a bit, like in UN and in Congress.
Only in Congress.
Only in
Congress,
Yeah, he's not comfortable in English. And
Really?
his native language, of course, is Spanish.
Right.
And in our country, almost 50% of the people can understand him.
Exactly.
But English, I'm sure, I know he's going to be speaking in English to Congress, because they don't have a way of translating
Right.
simultaneously, as they do in the United Nations. And then anybody watching TV they'll hear.
Yeah, they do that on the broadcast. That's
Yeah.
great.
So-
Thank you again.
Tim, thanks so much.
Great to see you.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thank you.